Hi everyone, this is Angie and welcome to the Spooky October. I don't know how to name this series, I'm sorry, I'm bad at coming up with names. Anyway, we are counting down to Halloween. And every week you'll be getting one spooky game from me. This was an idea I received from someone special, and I hope he's watching. Otherwise, I'm gonna be very mad. Either way, we are starting with a story. You are 11 years old. You are sleeping over at your best friend's house. You and your friend like video games. You and your friend like video games. Your friend has a lot of cool games. And, believe it or not, an uncle who works for Nintendo. And he's coming to visit at midnight. This is the uncle who works for Nintendo. This game makes extensive use of sound. Play with headphones for the best experience. Occasionally, it may take control of your browser. It is not optimized for mobile. For content and trigger warnings, click here. Okay, so we have the title screen. You are 11 years old. What is your best friend's name? Andrew, Ashley, Brandon, Dave, Jessica, Megan, Nicole, Michael, Ryan, Sarah. Let's go with Sarah. Your best friend Sarah has invited you to a sleepover at her house this weekend. You've been friends since first grade, so asking your mom is basically only a formality. You've never confirmed this, but you suspect the babysitter may charge extra when there are two kids. You sometimes feel like staying somewhere else is the only way you can help out. What? Your best friend Sarah has invited you to a sleepover at her house this weekend. You've been friends since first grade, so asking your mom is basically a formality. Why this again? Oh, what? I don't understand. Now instead of choosing asking your mom, I clicked on only a formality. So I guess I didn't ask mom? On Friday night, you're home only a few hours. Long enough to pack. Get in a fight with your younger sister. Pack some more and watch some TV. At 6 sharp, you are standing on a sidewalk outside Sarah's house while your mom idles in her car nearby. She leans out the window to you. You behave yourself, okay? She says as always. I'll be at work, but if anything happens, you call me. Yes, Mom. Okay, Mom. I'll pick you up tomorrow at 3, she says, again as usual. But then she pauses, looking up at the sky, which has been overcast throughout the day. If you play outside, she adds, be careful, it's probably gonna rain. Kiss Mom goodbye, wave goodbye. Kiss Mom goodbye. After you part, your mom drives down the street, disappearing around the corner. You turn back to Sarah's house. The lights inside are glowing warmly. You can see Sarah waving at you from her bedroom on the 2nd floor. Head inside. It's 6 p.m. Sarah's mom meets you just inside. Hello, she says. Dinner will be ready in just a few minutes, but you can drop stuff off in the den. You and Sarah are camping out there tonight. What's the den? Cool. Okay. Nod and then go to the den. Cool. You drop your sleeping and overnight bags in the corner of the den and then pause to take a look around. Behind the couch, a grandfather clock is ticking softly. Through a set of patio doors on the far side of the room, you can see the sky is just as gray as it was when your mom left. Framed pictures line the walls, and over the dark fireplace hangs a monstrous pair of antlers from a buck that Sarah's dad shot years ago. And, of course, there is the big screen TV. Sometimes it makes you uncomfortable how much nicer Sarah's house is than yours. Anyway, You drop your sleeping and overnight bags. I already did that. Behind blah blah blah. Sarah entered the room while you weren't paying attention, and she now stands in the doorway, smiling expectantly. Are you ready for dinner? She asks. Yeah. Dinner passes quickly. Tonight's meal is spaghetti and meatballs, one of Sarah's favorite meals, as her mother points out while pilling a helping on your plate? Piling a helping on your plate. Sarah's father cracks a beer and jovially interrogates you about how much trouble you and Sarah are getting into at school. Dessert is heaping bowls of ice cream drizzled in chocolate sauce. You can't even finish yours. The grandfather clock in the den chimes. Cracks a beer. Wait, that wasn't a beer at all. That's a glass of lemonade. Why would you even think it was a beer? Sarah's father doesn't drink alcohol. You're quite certain of that fact, now that you've remembered it. Well, whatever. Oh, wait, these are like additional thoughts that we have because we are back at the previous screen. And now I can't. Sarah's father sips a lemonade and jovially interrogates you. Okay, grandfather clock in the den chimes. Oh, shit. You go along now, says Sarah's mom, smiling from her side of the table. We'll clean up in here. Let's go get the TV ready, says Sarah. The two of you leave the dining room and head upstairs. Wait, the den is upstairs? I don't know why I thought it was like downstairs. Maybe her room is called the den? No, wait, why would she have like antlers in the room? That would be strange. Sarah's room is immense. You stay in the den because the TV is larger here, but there's a sizable one here, flush with the wall opposite of the full-size bed. Wait. We'll take the 64 down first, says Sarah, heading towards her TV and opening the entertainment cabinet. The entertainment center cabinet. Oh wait, they are taking they are in Sarah's room because they are taking the console down. Okay, now I get it. It's her prerogative, of course. She gets to choose what you play first, usually. But as Sarah begins unhooking the cords of the N64 from the TV, you catch sight of the other things she has in there. Other things. All the major stuff, an old SNES, a PlayStation, a Dreamcast, but some other things too, things you don't really recognize. A large black box with green highlights, a smaller purple one, a strange white and yellow tower with what looks like gloves resting on hooks on either side, a compact white one. What are those? Sarah looks to the clutter in the cabinet. Oh yeah, she says. They are pretty cool. I can't show them to you though. They are still secret. I promised my uncle. Of course, you suddenly remember her uncle. The uncle who works for Nintendo. Oh, I can hear the sounds now. In the corner, the grandfather clock is ticking softly. Through a nearby set of patio doors, you can see it's getting quite dark. Framed pictures line the walls. Sarah is parked in front of the large TV, playing something on the Nintendo 64. Talk to Sarah, watch Sarah play, go to the bathroom, go to the kitchen. Think about Sarah's uncle. Let's check out the grandfather clock first. It's 7. Framed pictures. You walk around the perimeter of the den, inspecting the pictures idly. Most of them are family portraits from the past. Sarah cradled lovingly between her mother and father, or any one of the three of their own. A happy, tidy family. Look for pictures of Sarah's uncle. You don't find any. Not one. The only pictures here are of Sarah and her parents. You don't know why that makes you feel uneasy. Well, I don't know. Time passes. Let's check the grandfather. It's 7:30. Okay. Go to the bathroom. You head to the bathroom down the hall from the den. There's a shower, a linen closet, and a toilet. A shower. The shower is pristinely clean. Are you done here? Let's check the closet. It's a linen closet filled with large fluffy towels and washcloths. You're not sure why you looked in here. Are you finished? A toilet? You don't have to go right now. Yeah, go back. You go back to the den. The clock chimes, so it's 8 right now. Okay. I'm a bit tempted to think about Sarah's uncle, but let's watch her play because that's why we came here. Sarah decides you should play the next game alone. It's pretty boring. You're at a party having a conversation with a man in a business suit, but for some reason you can't move the camera up to see above his mouth. He's always smiling. He tells you a story about how people always mistake him for someone else. Someone else? Did you figure it out? Asks Sarah once the man in the game has apparently stood up and left conversation. Figure what out? There was something to figure out? Sarah laughs. I guess not, she says, before putting her choice of game into N64. You realize you've played for quite some time. Wait, was it something with the uncle? You are in the den. Sarah's mother bustles into the room, holding a large ceramic bowl filled with popcorn under her arm. How are you kids doing? She asks. Good, says Sarah, her eyes not moving from the television. I hope you're having fun, says Sarah's mom. Here, have some popcorn. Extra butter. She places it on the floor by Sarah. Almost immediately, Sarah is shoveling popcorn into her mouth. Meanwhile, her mother smiles first at her and then back at you. There's sodas in the kitchen if you are thirsty. If you get thirsty, she says, and some pizza from the other night if you get hungry. Thank you. She looks at Sarah. Your father's gone to bed. I'll be there soon, myself, and I want you two to keep it quiet, all right? Yes, Mom, Sarah said tiredly. Oh, and before I forget, she adds, your uncle called. He suddenly has some business here in town tomorrow, but he is driving in early. He'll be here around midnight. For the first time, Sarah stops playing her game, stops eating popcorn, and turns to look at her mother. Okay, she says. I want you two to welcome him in. He'll be very tired and very hungry, so offer him something to eat before he goes to bed. Okay, Mom. Good night, kids. And with that, she's gone. In the corner, grandfather clocks is tickling softly. Through a nearby set of patio doors, you can see it's fully dark outside. Frame pictures, Sarah is parked, blah, blah, blah. There is a bowl of popcorn on the floor. It's 9. Go to the bathroom, think about Sarah's uncle, ask about Uncle's visit. Maybe let's try the bowl of popcorn? You grab a handful of popcorn. It's buttery and delicious. Let's try talking to Sarah. Let's talk about games. Talk about how much you like games. Sarah raises an eyebrow at your remark. What do you like about them? The chance to be a different sort of person. The challenge, solving puzzles and stuff. Being a hero in the stories. Well, I personally like the puzzles. Yeah, she says. That's a nice feeling. But something in her voice tells you that she's thinking about something. You okay? Do you think it's weird to play games? She asks suddenly. And then, before you can say anything else, I mean, like, is it weird for a girl to play games? Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't know. Sarah shakes her head. It's just, those guys at school. Not because you realize what she's getting at. I mean, I know what she's getting at. Girls don't play video games. Why don't you play girl games? You're not as good at this as a boy would be. Yeah, says Sarah. Yeah. But they're jerks. And there was something about Pokemon, but I didn't make it. But they're jerks. Who cares what they have to say? I'm sorry they are like that. I really am. I'm sorry I don't stand up for you. I mean, I am a girl, so I go through the same. Who cares what they have to say? Shara shrugs tiredly. Yeah, she says. Who does care? Without another word, she returns to the Nintendo, leaving you alone with your thoughts. The clock chimes. You are in the den. It begins raining outside. The patio doors, you can see it's dark and rainy. Framed pictures, popcorn. Talk, watch, go to the bathroom, go to the kitchen, think about Sarah's uncle. Maybe let's go to the kitchen, and passing through the empty dining room, you enter the kitchen, which is also deserted right now. Let's go to the fridge and let's grab a water pitcher. You grab your snack and exit the kitchen. You head back to the den. Okay, you feel like you might have to go to the bathroom. Then let's go to the bathroom and use the toilet. Yes. Let's go back. You head back to the den. The clock chimes. What time is it? It's 11. Okay, we have an hour before Uncle comes. So let's ask about his visit. Your uncle stays with you when he visits? Yeah, Sarah said nonchalantly. He lives pretty far away, so he just drops by. Isn't that a little weird? I personally wouldn't say that it's weird, but maybe it's because in my family it happens relatively often. Sarah gives you a look that you don't like very much. How would you know? She asks. You don't even have an uncle. You don't even have an uncle. Don't pursue the topic further. Yeah, I guess so. You drop the conversation in silence. Let's think about the uncle. What the fuck are those screens? It began with Mew. With a Pokemon? You didn't believe her at first when Sarah came to school one day and told you she had finally caught Mew. Prove it, you said. So she pulled out her Game Boy and showed you. There it was, Mew. The 151st Pokemon, available only to players at promotional events, somehow unlocked on Sarah's game. It's really strong, she said. It KOs every enemy in one hit. Sarah demonstrated this claim at recess when you and some other friends linked Game Boys to do battle. You were the first one down. No one else got in a single hit on Sarah's Mew. You asked how Sarah managed to get it. No one else. In a few days, everyone had quit playing Pokemon at recess. The allure had faded. Oh, that sucks. You asked Sarah how she managed to get it. Oh, my uncle got a job at Nintendo, said Sarah. You were walking home together past one of the construction crews. Sarah still lived next door to you at the time. Construction crew? There had been a storm not too long ago. Trees were down all over town. Buildings had collapsed. You were standing at the intersection with Sarah as a truck rumbled by, loaded with ragged tree trunks. What a bad storm. Oh, my uncle got a job, blah, blah, blah. Sarah still lived next door to you at the time. Wait, this couldn't have been too long ago. When did Sarah move? There was something nice about being neighbors. Okay, the story is getting strange. He also got me this new Game Boy, said Sarah, pulling it out of her pocket. You hadn't noticed it earlier, but yeah, Sarah now had a sleek new Game Boy Color. Until today, she had one of the old ones, a big gray brick like yours. This one's a special edition, said Sarah. Isn't it cool? I had a giant gray brick Game Boy like this. You agreed. You snap out of your reflections. Let's check. It's 11:30, so we have half an hour until Uncle comes here. So, remember your own Mew? You got your own Mew eventually. Another friend had a Game Shark, which you borrowed one day. You spent that entire night unlocking every Pokemon you couldn't obtain in your copy of the game or hadn't yet traded for. including Mew. It didn't one-hit KO most enemies. It was incredibly weak, and you shamefully cheated the game further to make it strong enough. It even looked different from Sarah's. Your Mew was small, even cute, standing there with its round, cheerful eyes. But when Sarah's had wiped out everyone at school, it had looked completely different, compact, snarling, fierce. You asked her why. What? She said. That had been here in the den. Oh, that thing? It had been a while since anyone talked about Pokemon. Well, my uncle got me a special edition Mew first of all, she said, smirking a little, but not looking away from the PlayStation game she was playing. Weren't you guys playing Nintendo 64? That's why mine looked different. Second of all, mine can one-hit KO because it's the real Mew. Okay. Sarah had moved by then, but now... But how long was that after the first storm? After she got Mew? You can't remember. Okay, so wait. You were neighbors, and there was storm, and it wasn't too long ago. But this whole thing with the Mew... with my own Mew was after she moved because it was in the new house? Okay, this is really strange. The real Mew. You ask what she meant by that. Just what I said, Sarah replied. You cheated and you got a fake Mew. So of course there would be problems, glitches and junk. You felt your cheeks redden. But not me, Sarah said. I got the real Mew. And only me. My brother was so jealous. She has a brother? Sarah's brother. What about him? Why does remembering that comment makes you feel uneasy? You snap out of your reflections. The clock chimes. You are in the den. The grandfather clock chimes the hour, and Sarah suddenly looks up from the 64. But she was just playing PlayStation. It's time, she says. Is your uncle here? Holy fuck. Someone knocks at the door. That's him, Sarah says, standing up. I should go let him in. And she leaves the den. You realize you could follow, but a part of you really feels like being scarce for a bit. Wait. I will follow. The knocking continues persistently as you follow Sarah to the front of the house. Outside the pebbled glass of the front window, you can see a tall, dark shadow. Sarah goes to the door, undoes the deadbolt, and cracks it open. You can come in, she says to whoever stands out there on the porch that looks over her shoulder at you. Sorry, she says. Before you can ask what's there to be sorry about, the door slams open. Bad expression. Hello, child. Come closer, child. No more worries, child. I am hungry, child. No more worries, child. Hello, child. Fear screaming. What? Hello, child. Hello, child. Silence. Oh, fuck. Undefined error. Okay. We have the first ending because there's 6 endings. I am confused, but yeah, I want to try something else. One quick question then, because I wanted to start from 7. Was your friend's father drinking beer at the dinner? No, he doesn't drink. I'm not sure what I saw. No, he doesn't drink. Okay, so it's 7. Let's talk to Sarah. And let's talk about school. You and Sarah discussed class a few days ago, when the teacher publicly chastised a classmate you mutually dislike. An hour passes, and now it's 8. Watch Sarah play. Sarah decides to switch games. Since her library is so large, she picks. You play this one, she says. In this game, you play as a warrior, saving a magical kingdom of talking animals from an old wizard who barfs up blood every time he talks. It's gross, but also sort of funny. You're pretty good at this one, says Sarah, and then adds, her voice a little low. I never actually beat it. You play for a while. It's 9. Sarah's mother bustles into the room holding a large ceramic bowl filled with popcorn under her arm. How are you kids doing? She asks. Good, says Sarah, her eyes not moving from the television. I hope you're having fun. Here's some popcorn, extra butter. She places it on the floor by Sarah. Almost immediately, Sarah is shoveling popcorn into her mouth. Meanwhile, her mother smiles first at her and then back at you. There's sodas in the kitchen if you get thirsty, and some pizza from the other night if you get hungry. Thank you. Your father's gone to bed. I'll be there soon myself. I want you two to keep it quiet, all right? Yes, Mom, Sarah says tiredly. Oh, and before I forget, she adds, your uncle called. He suddenly has some business here in town tomorrow, but he's driving in early. He'll be here around midnight. For the first time, Sarah stops playing her game, stops eating popcorn, and turns to look at her mother. Okay, she says. I want you to welcome him in. He'll be very tired and very hungry, so offer him something to eat before he goes to bed. Okay, Mom, good night, kids. And with that, she is gone. There is a popcorn, so let's eat it. Let's go ask about Uncle's visit. Why is your uncle coming? She shrugs. Business. But I thought he worked for Nintendo. He does, says Sarah, frowning, but not looking away from the screen. He's really important there. Then what does he have to do here? Does Nintendo have a lot of business here? Why else would my uncle be coming, she says, as if you asked the dumbest question in the world. Well, it's cool. I'll finally get to meet him. Yeah, agrees Sarah. I think you'll like him. Okay, let's drop the subject. What time is it? It's still 9, okay. Let's think about this uncle. It began with Mew, and she showed it. It KO'd everybody in one hit. You ask Sarah how she managed to get it. The construction crew. Yeah. Oh. Blah, blah, blah. He also got me this new Game Boy. It's Game Boy Color. I had a old one. This is a special edition. Cool. Is it still 9? Oh, it's 9:30 now. So let's go to remember your own Mew. Yes, that's why it looked different. Ask her why. But I asked her about it here in the den. So they had to move relatively soon after she got her Mew. Her Mew was the real one. Brother was jealous. Remembering brother makes me uneasy. And it's 10. It begins raining. Let's go to the kitchen, open the fridge, and grab a soda this time. Let's exit the kitchen. It's 10:30. Talk to Sarah. Ask if Sarah thinks the storm will be as bad as the last one. I don't like the sound of the wind. You remember that storm we had that tore down all the trees? I don't know what you're talking about, says Sarah. You don't remember? Remember what? The storm, it happened a few weeks ago. It was huge. It took down trees. I actually forgot until tonight. There was this huge storm a few weeks ago, I think. Let's pick the first one. Sarah shakes her head. If it was important, I'm sure I would have remembered it, she says. You fall silent. So let's talk about games. I like games. I like a chance to be a different sort of person. Yeah, she says. That's a nice feeling. But something in her voice tells you she's thinking about something. What's up? Do you think it's weird to play games, for a girl? I know what you mean. They say the same stuff about me. Girls don't play games, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to trade Pokemon with you. Girls don't play games. I could beat you at any game. No, you don't understand. Here, I'll show you how to do it. Yeah. I'm sorry I don't stand up for you. Sarah looks surprised as if she never considered this a possibility before. No, she says. No, you wouldn't have to do that. But I should. Why? Because I'm your friend, because they are jerks, because no one should be treated like that, because they shouldn't treat people like that, because they won't stop unless they feel like people will fight them, because I'm sick of it and I just want to be able to be your friend and play video games and not have people be terrible about it. Oh, she says, and then, thank you. Sarah returns her attention to the Nintendo, leaving you alone with your thoughts. The clock chimes. You are in the den. It's 11. You go to the bathroom, use the toilet. I'll check the closet. It's a regular closet. What time is it? 11:30. Watch Sarah play. My uncle will be here soon, says Sarah, looking at the clock. Should we get stuff ready for him? Let's play just one more game, she replies. You pick. As you begin ruffling through the pile of cartridges by the TV, you realize Sarah is staring at you. You turn to stare back? Is everything okay? Sarah shakes her head. No, sorry, I was just thinking. You shrug and then pick a cartridge from the pile. How about this one? Sarah nods. As you plug it in and start up the console, you hear her behind you. Hey. Yeah? Thanks for spending the night, she says. You play together for a good while. The clock chimes. You are in the den. The grandfather clock chimes the hour as Sarah suddenly looks up from the 64. It's time, she says. Time for what? Ugh, someone knocks at the front door. That's him, Sarah says, standing up. I should go let him in. As she leaves the den, you realize you should follow, but a part of you really feels like being scarce for a bit. Where is there to go? Run to the bathroom, run to the kitchen. Let's go to the bathroom and try. You run to the hall to the bathroom and lock the door behind you, or at least this could have been the bathroom. The walls are bare and white, and there is no sink or toilet, but there are some odd, featureless white boxes that could stand in for a shower or a linen closet. Let's pick the closet. You crawl into the plain white box that is about the size of a linen closet and close it behind you. From the front of the house, you can hear the front door slam open. After that, you don't hear anything except bad expression, child. The rain. No, not just the rain, but that voice in the back of your head like, I am coming for you, child. Like something you can't even begin to describe. Though you lock the door behind you, you hear it open easily. Something walks in. Hold your breath. You're not sure how you know something is out there because you don't exactly, oh child, hear it moving, but you know it's there and you know it's stopped. Poor child. Right outside your hiding spot. It opens the door, even though you immediately realize it doesn't have any hands. I am so hungry, you cannot run. No more worries. I have friends for you, child. Friends for you in the dark. You will play forever in the dark. Oh, okay. Uncle who works for Nintendo. Okay. We have 2 endings. But I will, and I have goosebumps, but I am relatively okay. I will leave it here, but I will leave a link in the description so you can check it out yourself. So you can experience yourself how it is to have an uncle who works for Nintendo. By the way, have a spooky October. Spoopy October. Have fun. Get scared or not, depends on what you prefer. And remember that you can catch me on Twitter and on Discord. The links are in the description. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next time. Bye!